Bowl, and all of this talk here locally too is on Matthew Stafford, because if there was one thing that's very apparent, it's you had a guy here for 12 years that gave you the ability to win. If you look at the quarterbacks in this weekend's games, Stafford, Brady, Rodgers, Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, you got to have one of those guys. I mean, look, San Francisco's winning with Jimmy Garoppolo. I would not lump him in this. They're winning in spite of him. Is there 100% of anything? No. But if you have one of those guys at quarterback, chances are you're playing this weekend and you got a chance to move on. Stafford has proved now he was one of those guys. And you can't help but correlate back to Detroit. How were the Lions organization not able to put a winner around him? I think that's where a lot of the conversation has gone today.
Well, I would just start with this. There was a lot of negligence on the front office of the Detroit Lions in Stafford's 12 years here. There are times where they could have put people in front of him or put people around him to help him. I mean, in 12 years, he had 2,000-yard rushers, and one limped into a 1,000-yard rushing season, and that was Reggie Bush, because he was injured, I think, 4 or 5 games of that season, which actually speaks well to him. But they just never consistently put the pieces around him. Like at every turn, it just seemed like they wanted to give the middle finger. Now, I'm not taking anything away from I'm not putting any blame on Stafford. He deserves a lot of the onus when he was here. He made a lot of bad decisions in key moments. He couldn't get the big wins in big moments. He had big games, contrary to the Seth Wickersham period. The interview piece. He had some big moments, and he couldn't deliver sometimes. But the Lions just at every turn gave him the middle finger. I mean, we were talking about it off camera. And Ndamukong Suh should have been playing right next to who?
Aaron Donald.
And instead, who did we draft?
Eric Ebron.
So it's situations like that when you just look at the negligence in the front office and just like, dang. But now with that being said, Stafford isn't the sole reason why they've won these past 2 playoff games, but he's done everything that he was supposed to do in terms of they made the trade, they got him, they said he was the missing piece. He's done everything that he's supposed to do. The game has changed. He's more of a mature quarterback than he was in 2014. He's a better quarterback. I think he has a special arm, but he wasn't a special guy. Mm-hmm. He's a guy that had to learn by process. He's a guy that had to learn and mature, and he's done that. Stafford had some opportunities to make Stafford-like plays last week. He literally spun out and turned around and looked frantic, and you're waiting for, here's the Stafford play. He didn't make that play. This week, Sean McVay takes it out of his hand when he wants to. He's like, hey, you know what? Make it easy for you. Can makers, a lot of dumpster can makers. We're going to lean on Von Miller. We're going to lean on Little. We're going to Floyd. We're going to lean on the big guy in the middle, 99. Oh, by the way, every once in a while, let's put it over here. He didn't make Stafford have to do that much. But when Stafford was called on, when they say, Stafford, we need this first down. When they say, Stafford, we need to ice this game to Cooper Kupp. We need this play over the middle. We need you to do something. Like, he threw a very nice pass. They talk so much, and I'm going to let you go, Maz. They talk so much about what Mahomes did. Mahomes is freaking awesome, and we're going to have to talk about him. Talked about the sidearm that he threw right up under defensive lineman's arm for a touchdown. Stafford made a throw just like that in the game yesterday. Nobody talks about it. So he did everything that he was supposed to. He's just playing on a great team. That's not his fault. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Congratulations.
I was just going to add to what you said, because you've hit everything on the head. He's more well coached.
Yes.
He is better than he ever was here, because he's in the perfect situation. And now he's got a running game. That kid Akers, even though he put the ball on the ground at the end of that game, he's going to be good. That Ram team is not going anywhere. They're going to be around for a couple years.
The mindset is much different.
Yeah,
it's much different.
I was nodding my head when you were talking, Braylon, because you nailed it.
On the money.
This is a 32-year – basically what I'm trying to say is, for all the people in there, I see the hold on. I see the old cigar remnants left over from Adam Bay Dune today.
Adam's getting down today,
baby. I see the old Adam Bay Dune cigar remnants.
Little bottle popping going on, little gypsy vodka right here as well.
And look, I understand, but don't mistake this either. Matthew Stafford is much different at 32 than Matthew Stafford at 26. Okay, he's not the same player.
No,
nobody is. Tom Brady's a different player at 32 than he was at 26
and 44.
And 44.
I'm telling you.
But 3 lives.
The moral of the story is, look what they do have in Los Angeles. You know, they've got a top 10 defense. They've got Aaron Donald. They've got Jalen Ramsey. They've got Von Miller.
What happened to Jalen Ramsey on that play, by the way? Keep that in your head. I got to ask you. Because that's your guy.
Yeah.
You love Jalen Ramsey, and he got played by Mike Evans. How does that happen?
Mike Evans is the only wide receiver ever in the history of the NFL to go 8,000 yard seasons back to back to back to back to back. He's a really, really, really good football player, and it was one of those situations. He just got caught looking in the backfield.
They were gagging bad.
He didn't think that he was going to try him with that throw. Mm-hmm. You know what? He kind of lazily played off of it, thought that there would be some pressure because there had been pressure all game. So I think in his mind, he was trying to play underneath Mike Evans because he thought that there would be pressure. And Tom's not a guy that's throwing the ball out the stadium. So you give him pressure. Tom's he's short-armed a lot of those throws in that third and fourth quarter. Made me feel bad because of the offensive line. Guarantee you Jalen tried to play it that way, and Tom just dropped a dime.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen made a bad – you're not going to make 100% of the plays when you're out there.
It's three Pro Bowl, 3 All-Pro players on one play. Somebody's going to make a play.
Yeah, they were falling over each other. That Rams defense were falling over each other, trying to close that game out.
And look, I mean, how do you look? We're talking about Matthew Stafford here. If the Tampa Bay Bucks don't blow 2 coverages, one on 3rd and 20 that resulted in a 70-yard touchdown pass, and then the one at the end, we may be having a very different conversation here today.
It wouldn't have been Stafford's fault, though.
No, it wouldn't have been, but he would have been tagged for the loss.
He would have been
tagged for the loss.
He would have been lumped
unlike
in.
anything we've ever seen before. So more on this one. What do you make of Matthew Stafford? Are you happy for him? And you will hear from Matthew Stafford after this one as well. Big day of football, Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line. You've reached the end of the video. You know what you should do? Press like. You know you like the content that we have here at Woodward Sports Network. I'm Braylon Edwards from the bottom line. Subscribe to us right now.